Alright then, hello guys. Today we'll be doing another PicoCTF challenge, and the challenge we're going to be doing today is going to be called Hijack. It's a medium binary exploitation challenge from PicoCTF 2023. So we launch the instance and we get two hints. So first hint is check for hidden files, and second hint is no place like home. And it says getting root access can allow you to read the files. Luckily there's a Python file that you might like to play with. Through social engineering we got in credentials to use on the server. SSH is running on the server such and such. So we want to SSH using the PicoCTF user PicoCTF and then add the domain name, which is this right here, Saturn PicoCTF.net. Copy that, paste it right there, and then dash P 50008, and then press yes, and then we get to input the password. So we're gonna input the password right now. Control C, enter, and we're logged in. So we type ls and nothing happens. So ls/la, we see a .server file. So let's try python 3.server.py. It says no address associated with hostname. So if we cat.server.py, we see that it runs this, I guess, command right here. But the problem is we only have read write. Oh, how do you read this? Root has read write. Cat. Yeah, we only have read permissions, which is why we were able to, I guess, run it. Wait, this doesn't make sense. Dash. Looks like we don't have execute permissions or like write permissions on this, because if we try nano.server.py v, do we have answer print, and then escape wq read only, yeah. No, right, since last. Sí. Or type commands. Escape. It's gonna be escaping v exit without saving in vim q. So that's how you do it. So let's see. So basically getting root access, so we can't modify the file. What else can we do? So if we do, let's see, sudo /l, because it's privilege escalation, we see that there's user may run the following commands: PicoCTF server.py and then python 3. So how do we solve this challenge? How do we do this challenge? So what we could do, and what most people didn't know about this challenge, is that you have certain permissions on certain files, and the permissions on these certain files that we have is that, if you guys weren't familiar, is that we have the ability to write over some of the files in the Python module. So if you type import os or import sys, and then if you write print sys dot paths, we can see all the paths available in the Python library. And the path that we're mostly interested are the ones that make up this file. So base64 OS and socket. What we see right here, the Python file is located right here. So what do we want to do from here is look up what's inside this python.38 path. So we just copy this right here and then exit. If we type ls/la and then the path that we want to look at, we see that there's a bunch of files right here, but the one that we want to look for is the one with base64, since that's the one that's part of the file. So we look for B right here, and instead we have all permissions for this file: read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute, and all the groups. So now what we want to be able to do is basically copy this and just change the nano base64 one, base64 or V. So we want to first cd into that user bin Python. Is it not Python? User bin or user lib. User lib and then Python 3.8, and then we want to do v base 64.py, which is what we're using. And what we want to add is basically just add import OS, but this time let's see if we could just add a simple command at the beginning of the file, which is what's gonna do is gonna run OS system at the beginning, and it's gonna run the readr flag, which I don't know where it's located, so we need to find where that thing is at. So we'll just do escape WQ, and then I'm assuming is cd ls that. Let's see, ls roots. Do we have access to that? So we don't have access to that root file. But I could assume that the root file would hold the flag.txt, since we don't have it available, and since it's privilege escalation. So I'm assuming that's a root file. So we'll just do this again. Import OS, and then we'll just click I, and then from here we just do cat. We're gonna cat the root flag.txt, and for safety cases we could do os.system, and then how in the previous when we typed ls at the beginning for server.py, we noticed that it was in a hidden file, so we could do this flag.txt, which is the same thing, and it will run both of these. So now if we no, we'll just do escape and then WQ, and now if we run sudo sudo/l, you see right here .server.py. So I'm assuming it's either gonna be in root flag.txt or root.flag.txt. That's what pure assumption is going off. So we do sudo and then Python 3 sudo, and then we just copy this right here because we could run this without any password. So if we run this, we get this at the beginning. So see, it wasn't at flag.txt, no such file directory, but it was at .flag.txt, which I assumed because there was a dot right here. So now if we just grab this and submit this, we should solve this challenge. Submit it, and we did. So yeah, pretty easy challenge. Hope you guys learned something new today. I know I did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.